What am I doing out here? Wow, this is the deepest bit I've come across. I've got to waddle the bike through. Tell you what, it's not as bloody hard work. It's not as glamorous as the photos that you see, and this is hard work, mate. I don't know what I was thinking. And I can't even see where the van is, on what side of the road, but even if I want to overtake, where is it? Oh, it's a truck, that's why. It's not, the van's already gone. Oh, look at that, that's awesome. That's awesome. Cheers, bloke. I don't know why, but they're always on their roof. That asphalt was short-lived, back onto the rough stuff. Oh, another one. Someone's bumper bar. Man, there are cars everywhere. It's not like one or two random ones. There's every few Ks you'll find a car. And more than likely it'll be on its roof. Soft sand again. Jesus. Bloody hell, it's just hard work. A big, heavy, loaded up bike in soft sand like that. Alright, I'm motoring along in top gear. This is a great stretch of road. Oh, that was a bit... Oh! Ooh, yeah, this is the good section. Wow, this is fantastic. This is motoring along, making up a lot of time here. Tell you what, man, this is bloody hard work. Okay, look, I'll admit, I don't know what I was thinking. The Great Central Road is something you have to do, right? Okay. My God, it is hard work. Let's not beat around the bush. It is full on. With a big road bike like mine, and that it's all fully loaded up with, I don't know how many kilos of gear on the back. This is bloody hard work. I went into this with rosy eyes. I'm coming out with black eyes.
Time for another stop, one of soon to be many, to either take a photo, a bit of video, check out the abandoned cars, a swig of water, or best of all, appreciate the isolation out here.
So it was good to stop, grab some water, have some sugary treats. And then you remember you're in the middle of nowhere here. When I first started the Great Central Road, there were cars and trucks and all sorts of stuff every couple of minutes. Now, I'm literally the only one out here. I haven't seen any cars or any trucks or anything really. Just my thoughts and the road. The road's been pretty challenging in some spots. This section's brilliant. I had a pretty good wobble before on the handlebars. You kind of think, yeah, I'm doing all right so far, and then all of a sudden looks like we come up to some deep sand here, just like this here, and you're like, oh, far out, just as I thought I was making up some good time. And yeah, anyway, it's by far the most difficult road I've ever ridden in my life. This is, you're constantly scanning for a good line, you're constantly scanning for soft sand to avoid, you're constantly trying to avoid the corrugations. It's just full on, man. When you're riding through such difficult conditions, sometimes you just want the easy way out. Wow, some sections are amazing, others are just rubbish. Look at this. This is just a shit house section. Oh, that's getting a bit deep for my liking. you're doing all right. All of a sudden you go in a deep bit of sand. That looks good over there. Let's get out of this soft stuff. Go this way, yes. Bloody hell. What's that? Don't tell me it is what I think it is. No, I thought it was a bloody snake. It's a bit of tyre. I'd rather it a bit of tyre. Kind of weird passing all these cars. It's one of three things. That they've either been set alight, they're either on their roofs, or they're all of the above. Yeah, wow, this is really the best section of the road. Just motoring along here, making up heaps of time. You know, it's funny because some sections you're crawling through at a walking pace, like you're waddling on the ground with both feet trying to get through deep sand. And then you've got sections like this where you're punching out a dollar. It's awesome. Yeah, then there's other sections where the bike's rattling away, and then there's other sections where the bike's just falling into the sand. I'll take the good with the bad.
So it sounds silly to say that even though there's literally nothing out here, every time you stop, you're surrounded by magic. I'm loving the isolation. I'm in awe of the outback. And yeah, perform a few ride-bys as well.
Man, this is just a shithouse section. It's all shit. This whole section's rubbish. Just take it easy on this bit. Alright, so the fuel light finally came on. There you go, just at 300 k's. So that's actually pretty good going. Pretty happy with that. Grab a photo because it's not really what you want to see is a fuel light on when you're in the middle of nowhere. The shadows are starting to get a bit long this late in the afternoon. Fuel light's on. But the good news is I've got 10 k's to go, so I'm not far from Chuka Roadhouse. I'll tell you what, it's going to be sight for sore eyes when I rock up. Oh, been a full-on day, that's for sure. Ah, finally a camel. I was actually thinking about that. They say you do see them out here, and I hadn't seen one. I thought I want my money back. That's all right, fella. I'm not going to annoy you. Where's all your mates? Didn't even realise the popos were behind me.
Great news, I made it back onto the blacktop, which means I finally reached my refuge for the night. Chukayila Roadhouse, hidden in the middle of nowhere. Like an oasis hidden in the middle of the desert, it was my saviour after a very hard day's riding.
Yes, made it. Chuka Roadhouse, g'day, how are you this fine afternoon? Alright, I need to get fuel. I'll see if they've got... so happy to be here. Yes, made it.
Oh man, what a day. That was a challenging day. That was probably the most difficult road I've ever ridden in my life. A couple of sphincter moments in there. I got the wobbles a couple of times. I think we've all fallen into that whole adventure marketing thing. Most of the motorbike trips I've ever done, it's all been on blacktop. And you know, I think we all romanticize the dirt roads, the adventure out in the middle of nowhere, and which don't get me wrong, it's awesome, but no one tells you it's really bloody hard work. These roads, man, It's absolutely glorious. One section you're motoring along at $1, and then right ahead of you is soft sand, so you jump on the anchors, then you're sort of weaving in and out of the deep sand, and you're sort of waddling through it, and then it gets back up into some corrugations, and then you're like, oh my God, this is really hard work. I even said to myself today, I thought, would I ever do this again on a motorbike? I said, no way. Now that I'm here at Chuka Roadhouse, I spoke to the guy that manages it, and he said, you've done the worst bit. From here on in, it's all 100k an hour on really good roads. He goes, that section down there is it's just notoriously crap. That all said, what a wonderful 300 kilometre stretch into the abyss of the outback. There was nothing out there, man. Physically, it was very demanding because I had to remind myself to drop the shoulders and relax my hands on the handlebars and allow the bike to move and allow the handlebars to sort of move around a little bit. You do get tense because when it hits deep sand, you're kind of like, oh, I don't want it to fall over. And it feels like I've had a workout for the whole day. I'll see tomorrow morning how I feel when I wake up like that after the next morning burn from a gym workout. But yeah, really exciting. I've got to remind myself, man, that was just the first day. It was really crap roads, but there's 3 more days to go. Warburton, Warracoona, and then I'll get to Yalara. Great day on the bike, difficult day, very challenging day on the bike, and more of it to come over the next few days.